Little Jennie, a 4-ton circus elephant, died at Pontic Mall in Waterford, Michigan on a scorching July day 50 years ago, in 1972. She was a very unique elephant because she was an old Hollywood star spending her final days in a traveling circus. Her shining role included featuring alongside film icon, Elizabeth Taylor, in the 1954 movie called Elephant Walk, where elephants terrorized the British on an Indian plantation. In reality, Little Jennie was the exact opposite of what she portrayed in films. She was by all accounts, gentle and well-mannered. She obeyed her caretaker's instructions and did not cause chaos. In fact, she was considered the matriarch of her pachyderm crew at the circus. Early in the week, her trainer knew there was something wrong with Little Jennie because she was refusing to eat and drink. By the afternoon of Friday, July 21st, Little Jennie crumpled over and died. It is thought that she succumbed due to a combination of dehydration, old age, and pneumonia. She was 60 years old when she passed. Wild elephants, in comparison, are known to live up to their 70s in some areas of the world. The Humane Society showed up at the mall blaming the circus for neglect and abuse for keeping the animals in the heat. However, it was pointed out that elephants normally live in very hot tropical environments and that it was unlikely this was the sole cause of Little Jennie dying. In fact, she was one of the 2 remaining 10 elephants who were still alive from the Elephant Walk. It is not known if there was more that the circus owners could have done for Little Jennie to have prevented her death. To their credit, the circus caretakers did contact the Detroit Zoo for advice when the elephant stopped eating. From their recommendation, they tried to get her to drink and she was given 100 milliliters of penicillin, a type of antibiotic for suspected pneumonia. The people of Waterford were especially heartbroken when they learned of the elephant's death. One mall worker admitted to crying for a week after he had spent time admiring the baby elephants and feeding them peanuts. Some who can still recall the event are moved to tears remembering what happened to Little Jennie. She also represented a financial loss for the circus, and it was estimated that it would have cost $5,000, or almost $40,000 in today's money adjusted for inflation. Her demise necessitated an impromptu burial on the mall property due to Little Jennie's immense weight and the heat of the summer. The local police also put pressure on the circus for a haste burial, and threatened to close the circus if the body was not removed quickly. They even went as far as to obtain a warrant from the prosecutor's office. This is understandable since deterioration of a body that size could present a public health risk for the other elephants and the citizens. The circus hands were devastated that they could not have a proper burial for their beloved elephant and wanted her carried to a different location. There was no equipment available in the county that could handle the weight of moving an 8,000-pound limp elephant. This required the circus to be creative, and the mall owners agreed to an on-site burial of the elephant. A backhoe was used to dig a 9-foot-deep trench in the corner of the mall where a billboard used to be, and the backhoe was going to be used to push the elephant's body into the grave beside the spot where she died. This seemed too impersonal to the circus hands, and just in time, Little Jennie's elephant trainer for the prior 14 years, the toothless Bill Waite, had an idea. He had a plan for how they could dispose of the body and keep the circus entertainment going, while giving Little Jennie a more meaningful burial. Mr. Waite unshackled another elephant named Babe who was a couple years older than Little Jennie. This elephant had been her companion for years and even starred in Hollywood beside her. Babe was walked over to her body and instructed to nudge her into the pit. He used his strong trunk to help maneuver the beloved Little Jennie into the hole, while another circus hand, Guy Gossing, yelled, "Push her babe" in a thick Belgian accent. Onlookers wept as the elephant went to her final resting spot. Another younger elephant named Jimbo looked on while Little Jennie was buried. Elephants are known to be very sensitive to the deaths of others of their group, and it is unimaginable to think of the grief the Babe and Jimbo must have felt burying the matriarch of the artificial elephant herd. The circus carried on 30 feet away from where Jennie was buried for the rest of the week. The former silver screen star was the talk of the town. The exact location of Little Jennie's grave at the mall is now unknown. But there have been speculations that it still exists near the northmost corner of the property where Telegraph and Pontiac Lake Roads intersect. The mall area itself had changed hands over the years from Pontiac Mall to Summit Place Mall, which closed by 2010, and then demolished in the early 2020s. As such, the location looks very different from when the circus came to town, and the parking lot is full of weedy overgrowth. Today, even locals are unsure if the story of the elephant buried at the old mall is a myth or urban legend. To solve this mystery, in 1989 the archaeological professor, Dr. Shoshani, who was the founder of the Elephant Research Foundation Library, and taught at nearby colleges, offered to exhume Little Jennie's remains and erect her skeleton in an exhibit inside the mall. Shoshani sadly died in an Ethiopian terrorist bombing in 2008, and the plans find Little Jennie never came to fruition. It would be nice that for the 50th anniversary of Little Jennie's death, she could be remembered for her service in the film industry and the carnival. One thing is known for sure about her story. If a future land developer wants to build on the land, they might be in for an elephant of a surprise.